Alright, Dovecall's chosen. Onwards. Back in recovery mode. One thing I must do is just mark my cultists so that if there's a sacrifice event and I have a choice between a cultist and a non-cultist, I must make sure that I don't accidentally sacrifice the cultist. So you lads with C in front of your name are quote-unquote safe. Not from any of the, hundreds of horrible ways you can die, but there's at least one way you can be certain that you won't die. But knowing the game and the way it's been going, when the next sacrifice event pops up, it'll be a choice between two of my cultists. I do want to fight and get 12 more heads though to hand in for this patrol. Maybe we can find some spiders or some nachteas or some wolves in the forest here. Bloody peasants! So while heading towards your destination, Don Juan's sword runs up to you with some herbs. Any volunteers? Ah, bleh. Unlucky Don Juan. That could have been a free bit of herbs. Free medical supplies. So same as the last fight, we've got to pull them out of the forest though. Are we all fully healed? We are not fully healed. Don Juan is ruined. So much so that there's no point in giving him that war fork. We'll just give him the... Yep. So at least he can break his shield. I mean, his accuracy is irrelevant at this point. That's not what I wanted to do. I mean, that is doable though. A few marksmen, mini raiders, and a few thugs. But also, that's a forest fight, so... Block with that shield of yours. Okay, so we've got a tier 1 crossbow and a hunting bow to deal with. And someone's going to lose their shield here. So, Michael Stubbs, is there any chance you can get an angle on that hunting bow user? I want everyone to go 2 steps forward, so you're like that. 62, probably your highest chance. Don't mind that, he can just be swapped. No, wait a second. I messed that up. Yeah, small longs or Einard. We'll swap him out. Let's put Max up on the high ground here. He's not going to have the benefit of a shield, so... Oh, nice headshot. Doubliat. Oh, another tier 1 crossbowman. With height advantage, that's not good. Oh, thank God that missed. And that missed as well, thank goodness. Shot shrug. That 62 is my best bet. Nice. Yes. Keep dodging, boys. Dodge, dive, duck, dip, and dodge. Should have waited. Yenamani could destroy that shield. I do like the tactic we've employed of keeping our cultists trained up in the training hall. And it's something I wish I'd done from day one. So if I were to have to restart, that is a tactic I absolutely will employ from the beginning. So wherever I'm able to, is just keep training my cultists up. I need to get them as high level as quickly as possible because they're the only guys you can depend on staying in your group. Unless you get them killed, of course, but that can happen to any playthrough. Okay, wait. I think if I can move, I can shoot that way. Oh, almost. Ah, unlucky. What was that chance? Light speed. No, uses spear. Uses evade strike. Chance 81. Down you go, big boy. Yes. Okay, charge at them, boys. Oh, fuck, he's still out here. Forgot about him. I was going to say, this lad's luck is going to run out. Just a couple stabs. And he is dead, so. Almost. Since this guy goes down, we can release the hounds. LOL! Not very often you get to see someone bleed to death like that. Good boys. Get him, dogs. Yes! You! Good dodgy dog. Oh, you motherfucker. That's one less head. Good shot. Down you go. Some nice weapons there. I like that boar spear. We need 5 more heads. If it's at all possible, we need 5 more heads. Level 6 Einard. It doesn't have the accuracy. But you know what? I need someone to be able to use this winged mace. And yes, that's a bit low, but I'm just gonna then, in that case, have to depend on fast adaptation doing the work. Arguably, flail could have been a better bet, but I need more damage. His spears are great for their accuracy, but they're just not doing it for the damage anymore. I suppose I should be pleased with the fact that I've made it to 78 days at all. I mean, it's my first time trying the cultists, having no idea how strong the barbarians are, no idea what this background, what the start would do for us. Been eventful, I'll say that much. $181, we can make profit off of that. I should actually go to a taxidermist. What do I not need? I don't need that. The flail I want, the longsword I want, the crossbow I want, the hunting bow I don't need. 5 spears in total. 6 spears in total. I'm actually 1 short. As always, fucking tools. This kind of mission, you really wish there's always a 3 skull. Give me that free money. I think we'll send in Squire Olibert. He's the only one who is in good spirit. No, necros. So the necros mean that these guys are going to die because the necros just teleport forward. I don't know why they're not teleporting forward. But I'm grateful. Phew, as soon as I saw the necros, I'm like, oh god. Deaths incoming. How did I set you guys up again? I think I left a gap like, yes, I left a gap like that. Like that. Our spirits, does that mean the wood's even cheaper? Wonderful. Tools are still ridiculously expensive though. I fancy that we're going to make a nice little profit off this wood. If I can just find a city that has the building material shortage. Yeah, just try to keep the money flowing. We're almost there. Same fight as the last one. Quickly check the lads. This is a nighttime fight. It might even be a touch easier. Okay, it's not nighttime. One, tier 2 crossbow. And 2 tier 1 crossbows. Let's hope we can get a few shots off on that guy before he gets covered by dudes with shields. Ah! Trying to give myself the best chance of killing that dude. He is target number 1. Come on, Michael Stubbs. I mean, I'm glad you hit the other lad, but fuck that dude. One, two, three, four. I might actually have Malicious Max rotate himself in on the second turn. I don't like the idea of him starting his turn in contact with these guys, and they are most likely going to act before him. So we leave that square open, the money goes there, which puts Capanosta in that square. Good hit. Good hit. I think he's gonna have to now. Kind of messed that up. Unless he uses rotate again. Oh god, that's so scary. Yes. Very nice dodging. Fucking bastard. I'll just blast straight through him, get into contact with that dude. Thing is that he will get rotated out by that raider. Interesting choice. Okay, we can do something about that. I think small longs can still knock that dude back. Tavaliat. No bueno. Off with his head. That means I don't get to attack with Max, but at least he's gotten Wushrog out of contact. That's the main thing. Einhard! First use of the mace, doesn't let us down. I feel like once I have my first few skills that I've put on everybody, which is fast adaptation and gifted, I think earlier on I need to be more willing to let the guys use weapons other than spears and swords. I think once they have 60 accuracy and fast adaptation, then, I mean, if we have these superior weapons like that, and like the hand axe, just fucking use them. I mean, they don't have the accuracy I would want, but I don't know. Perhaps I must just tweak my mental arithmetic of more reliable, smaller amounts of damage and less reliable amounts of higher damage. I mean, I know it's doing work with that mace now. You lucky bastard. Bad miss. Just as I was singing their praises, gave them the commentator's curse. You lucky bastard. Crunch. I forgot what a satisfying sound the mace makes. Thunk. Crunch. Bonk. Boom bam bim. Level 4 shield breaker, so melee skill. Let's go hit points, let's go fatigue. Rotation. Level 2, 2 and 4 and 4. As a sword user, I expect him to be a two-handed sword user, so maybe he doesn't need fast adaptation. Well, it's not that he doesn't need it, but he doesn't benefit from it that much. Light spear user needs that though. Oh, hang on, we've got another worn male there. Yeah, I think definitely I need to be more willing in the early game. Like it's 70 odd days. Within the first 30 days, I need at least 2 guys who have fast adaptation, gifted, and flail mastery. Because so many of these fights against brigands could have been so easy if I had 2 lads who could reasonably, reliably just pop open the heads of the guys who don't have helmets. I mean, those flails do fall off, but then if I can buy 3-headed flails, I can then augment the usefulness of those flail users later in the game. Even if they don't do the damage, they can still break morale pretty damn quickly. And those they're the best at hitting hard-to-hit targets like ghosts and stuff. Yes, look at that. That's a nice bit of profit there. 1400, we're quite close. I'm actually going to hang on to these crossbows because even my bannermen and my shield breakers are going to use tier 2 crossbows eventually. So I'm hanging on to that because I want to collect it to offer me a good price for it. Now, it's a bit much though. Let's push through and get this ambition done. Drive off brigands, surely I can do that. And then escort caravan. Time to think. Let me do this first. How's morale? I think it's time for another drink. Cheers, boys, to Dovcool. Squire Olibert. Overdone it a bit. Well, if anyone's going to get drunk, it may as well be the sergeant. Get his resolve up nice and high. That's not bad. Some thugs, just the one marksman. But now, it is so typical. The split second before I take the fight on, another group spawns, and now I'm outnumbered. Unfucking believable. Jesus, this game hates me. No, just that would have been a death. That would have been the final fucking straw. You guys saw that? The split second before I got there, it spawned another group. And it's 11 versus 19 because Tobliatsika will be lucky to get out of this front line now without getting gunned down by all the fucking marksmen they have. Put my marksman there and my marksman here and my front line there. If I can get there. Put Tobliatsika. He's got a crossbow bolt in his chest and one in his shoulder. Ouchie. It's still a very winnable fight, and I'm very encouraged to see that these raiders are still coming towards us. I mean, I wouldn't if I was them. Their ranged guys have high ground, so I don't know why they're charging us. I think it's because they think they outnumber us so strongly that they can just chase us down. Okay, I need Squire Olibert to move. Anyway, Wushrog. He says they really want Tobliat dead. And they almost got their wish. Down he goes. Killed. Unlucky, Tobliat. Let's see, the frontline boys are going here. So backline here. We'll put some of these dudes over the side. No, I'm not thinking straight now. Come on, I need fucking Squire Olibert to move. He's holding up the whole formation. Move your ass, you fucking hungover drunk idiot. Now don't tell me these guys are going to get caught into melee combat and then they can't move. I also need Michael Stubbs to move as well. Everybody just get up onto the high ground and I'll rejig you guys. The setup's all wrong. So unfortunately now Capanoste is kind of trapped here because, well, Don Juan is just going to have to move, hopefully, before these guys do, because 1, 2, 3, they can catch him. So 76 is nice and accurate. 83, I'll take that though. Right in the face. Fuck you. Die, damn it. How do you take a crossbow bolt to the face and live? Answer me that. Yeah, there, your morale. You didn't like that, did you? Do you see what happens? Fuck with Dovkul's chosen. I've kind of left Wachowski out to dry. He's got to go the long way around. Right, there's one of these dickheads down. 18 left to go. I think from that position there, no one can be caught in melee combat. I might actually put Michael Stubbs there. And put Yanamani in that spot. The thing is, it's tempting to put Max there, but then this greatsword guy gets an attack off on Max. Well, high disadvantage. I'm going to back Max because he can get a nice split attack off there. And from here I can't attack anyone, so I'm just going to stand behind here and be ready to rotate if needed. From there I can't get a stab off. Excuse me. Actually, Capanosta, you can stay where you are. He's got nothing but low ground next to him. That's fine, stay where you are. Okay, so the lad in the back line got hit. I didn't foresee Wushrog getting caught out in melee combat there, but I think one of my melee fighter guys can rotate him out. This is looking really bad. Fucking bandit swarm. Yes, Michael Stubbs doing what he can to even up the odds. I should have moved first. So actually, so yeah, Yenamani will switch out with Wushrog. I should have an attack on this dude. There we go, and I do. Missed. 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 Well, these lads all turned down. I need them to come up here. I'm not leaving that high ground. Good. %, that's tempting. Shoot him in the fucking face. Oh, if that second one hit, that would have killed him. Good. I kind of wonder on my guys who I know are just not going to be superstars if I shouldn't be taking right after rotation at 4. If I shouldn't take shield expert at 5 to give that extra little defensive boost and stop their shields from getting one shot. And then at level 6, instead of a weapon specialization, then I can go back for student. It's hard to know what to get when. Meanwhile, our northern flank is collapsing. Shot. Nice hit. Off with his fucking head. Now this is technically exposing my archers, but I've got to get forward a little bit and put pressure on those marksmen. I think rest in peace Wachowski, that seems pretty clear. 21%, 20%. I don't have any clear shots here. That 71 is a good shot. I'm taking that 90% because if I can kill that dude, then these two, one of them can support Max in killing that 4, and then another one can swing back here and support the western flank. Die! Bastardo! Yenamani, rotate, and no fatigue for shield wall or anything. Yes, he's broken. Get him! Motherfucking marksman. Rip Yenamani. It's so hard to deal with all the losses. It's just you can't keep anyone alive. But in fairness, if we didn't have that disastrous fight against the barbarians, we'd be in a much better position. And in future, I would know that I couldn't take that fight on now, and I know that for a certainty. Yes, Max. this lad is actually easier to kill, less armor. Great job, Einod. That was a strike down, so there's hope for him. I think we need to restart. I mean, it's not over. It's definitely doable. We can still recover from this, but the thing is, we're so far behind the curve now. The recovery process is going to be long and brutal and dull because I got to stop taking on ambitious missions. I said Don Juan. Yes, my crossbowmen are superstars. Oh, that's big. We should have knocked him out of the way and moved forward. Yes, break their morale. And this was supposed to be a 1-skull mission, I think, or a simple 2-skull. But then when the group of enemies magically spawn... Come on, Don Juan. Yes. Flee from the followers of Dovkul. Who the fuck is attacking me still? This absolute little penis over there. Ow. I still think I can do more in my perk leveling order to make the guys who don't have the superstar stats more effective quickly early on in the game. And I think when you hire someone who just doesn't have much, you know, like Capanosto, you know, who doesn't have stars in melee skill or melee defense, it should be first level up, we take forced adaptation, then we take gifted, then we take rotation, then we take shield expert, then we go back for student, and then, you know, the other stuff, that's just gravy. I think shield expert is going to be that extra little bit of a hit. And also, what's nice about shield expert, it means is you can justify investing in a heater shield for the person who's a shield expert. A lot of times I don't like to buy heaters because it's like 350, 400 gold that just gets one-shotted by an enemy axe and then you lose it. Yes! Well done! I do like the tactic of getting crossbowmen as soon as you can. I think the crossbowmen have been standouts. The damage they do so much damage. I mean, if I get lucky right from the start and I manage to get my hands on someone with a stat distribution to make him an archer, I will certainly go for the archer, but that's far more likely that you get guys who are good with crossbows. Well fought, men. It's a pity we lost two. I think that's another cultist down. We're down to 2 cultists now. Okay, whatever. I think that is a great fight. Well done, men. A good enough fight for us to hit the restart, I think. Rip to all these men who died, and probably twice as many just abandoned us. But I mean, hell, we've learned so much from this first attempt at the cultist playthrough. The main thing is I've learned how and when I can and can't take on the barbarians. We were nowhere near taking on the barbarians. I think for that group that we took on last time, I would want a full group of level 11s at least, with some pretty impressive armor. So that's good, we've learned that. We know that it's the split second you get a sacrifice event, you beeline for the nearest tavern and get your boys drunk to try to stop someone from leaving. Right from the start, we should be looking out for anyone who might be dumb. We must hire as many idiots as we can, because I believe they are more likely to be converted. And of course, you hire any cultists on site. And then the perk leveling order is going to be fast adaptation, gifted, rotation, shield expert. Then we go back for student. Okay, friends, I hope you've enjoyed this attempt at the Bloody Dawn. 135 points, it's not dreadful. I think I've read this before. Let's give some shout outs here. So when you took over the Bloody Dawn, it was a mere handful of men scrabbling to survive. Now it's more akin to a boisterous business adventure. But staying the business of killing was never your goal in life. With enough money, you retired away and left the company in charge of Michael Stubbs, crossbowman, one of your most trusted men. Unfortunately, your successors didn't quite have the knack for keeping the men safe. Last you heard, they took contract after contract, forever seeking more and more crowns with no regard for their own safety. This aggressive pursuit of the coin eventually led to the company's destruction in a battle between noble houses. Despite the Bloody Dawn's reputation, a noble baron had no problem using it as bait to draw out a much larger force. Thankfully, a few men did manage to retire just before this battle. The former farmhand, Wachewski, retired from the Bloody Dawn. The money he made was put toward purchasing a bit of land. He spent the rest of his days happily farming and starting a family with way too many children. Squire Olibert, the wild man, stayed with the fragmenting Bloody Dawn for a time, and then, just like that, he was gone. The company went out looking for him in a forest, eventually finding some sort of crude note. An enormous pile of crowns next to a dirt drawing of the Bloody Dawn and some of its members, all of them being hugged by a big, literal stick figure with a goofy smile on its face. There was also an offering of a dead, half-eaten rabbit. Now that's just how it is for mercenaries. The only thing that's safe about mercenary work is the understanding that not everyone is going to make it out alive. Everyone knows this when they sign on, yourself included. You got lucky, others did not. That's just how it is. You plan to live out the rest of your days as well as you can, not only for yourself, but for those that didn't make it. It's a pity there isn't a retirement description that's more cultist focused. Anyway, thanks for watching, friends. The episodes will keep coming at the same pace. I'm going to restart immediately now again with the cultists. I want to give the cultists another try, even though there are all the other backgrounds. I mean, the beast slayers seem interesting, trading caravan, but I really want to give the cultists another go. I mean, they're all super interesting, but the two we've got going, the peasant militia and the cultists, I think are the two that have the late, well, how would I say, like their power curve is late, whereas like the band of poachers, the power curve is more early, because you start with stronger guys, whereas with the militia and the cultists you start with weaker guys. But if you can stick it out and you can get to your quote-unquote win condition with those backgrounds, you're in a good spot, and that's what we're going to be trying to do. Right, friends, thanks for watching. I'm Stobbie149. This was the Bloody Dawn. Perhaps I could give the Bloody Dawn another attempt. Or my other cultist group that I had was the Golden Hand, who has this banner. Maybe there's a banner that's a bit more cultist focused, like this. The Reapers, or the Death's Head Tribe, or Weeping Gallows. This is the one we used now this time. These are all the Viking backgrounds, which we will try. We could go for the Kraken banner and sort of make the argument that we are Dovecool cultists. But like in the Warhammer, the Chaos gods have, the Chaos guys have many lower gods. We can be like a Dovecool tribe who who believe that if we can hunt down and sacrifice the Kraken, that'll be a pleasing sacrifice for Dovkul. So I think let's do that. Let's go for the Kraken banner, and I'll think of some sort of Kraken. Well, I mean, my last Kraken group was the Drowned Men, and I think I quite like that. It kind of fits the Cultists, so we'll do the Drowned Men. Okay, friends, thanks for watching. See you next time.